I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be, what's good? It's the #1 Chief Rocker in Knicks Universe, Uncle Freezie. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive Power Hour. Right, I had to jump on, man, do this Power Hour real quick, man, because I hadn't seen y'all in a minute. Things been crazy, but I ain't even gonna bore y'all half to death, man. I'm gonna get right to it. I got some notes up here. I've been jotting down some notes the past couple of days, man. Some stuff I wanted to go through with y'all, right? Let me first start by saying good morning to my peoples in the chat, my peoples Knicks worldwide, watching from wherever you are, USA or globally or whatever. Those watching on replay, thank you. Those watching on replay, there's a new feature on YouTube called Super Thanks. So if you can't do a super chat during a live stream, you could do a Super Thanks during the replay to show your appreciation for the good work that YouTubers like myself and others do, right? So if you want to support the channel, you want to support the movement, if you live, you know what to do. If you're watching the replay, you can use the super chat, the Super Thanks option. Also, consider joining the channel, being a member. Right now, I'm working on t-shirts for you guys. Some swag, you know what I'm saying? Hop up out the bed, turn your swag on. Y'all know how it goes, right? Y'all know how it is, right? Consider joining the channel. I'm going to try to do better with the membership stuff. It's just been a little kind of disjointed doing two channels at once, this and vibes and stuff. And for those that are looking for vibes and stuff live will be on right after this, right? So we'll do this, then we'll do vibes and stuff live, and then after that we'll jump right into our normal KMD, right? So consider subscribing to the channel, smashing the like button, right? Sharing, getting the word out about how dope the Blorange Tears family is, right? But let me get to the reason why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is because okay, Benny, I'm the star of this, not you. Benny has something to say. So anyway, the reason why we're here is because the Knicks are a new type of desperate. The Knicks are a new type of desperate, y'all. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks are a new type of desperate, right? See, the Knicks were, and I ain't gonna get into a speech. I ain't gonna preach none of that stuff. But listen. Y'all remember when the Knicks hired Royal Ivy as an assistant coach? Because Royal Ivy and Kevin Durant were best friends? Remember that? It just happened to happen right before Kevin Durant's free agency. Anybody remember that? Anybody remember the Knicks hiring David Fizdale over other qualified coaches because they thought David Fizdale can help bring in free agents? Just saying. And now the Knicks hire Rick Brunson, the father of a prized 2022 summer NBA free agent. Now, off rip, hey, Bodega, you gotta send me, you gotta DM me with your size and stuff, bro, and so I can send you some stuff. I got some stuff, man, I've been wanting to send to you forever. Shout out to Bodega Wi-Fi. Lily Phillips, what's good? What's good? King Ribby's in the building. So I'm gonna say this stuff that I know other Knicks content creators ain't gonna say, right? For a number of reasons. Maybe they have like a friendly relationship with the Knicks. I don't. I love the Knicks, right? But I don't have a insider relationship with them. I'll say whatever the hell I want to say. You know what I'm saying? So, but here's the thing. My belief is the Rick Brunson hiring proves two things. I'm gonna pull it up here so I can read it off. So the Rick Brunson hiring proves two things. The first thing is the failed strategy is in play. Bring in a close confidant of a desired target to see if that is enough to get the desired player in New York. It has always failed, i.e. Royal Ivy for Kevin Durant, David Fizdale for Kevin Durant, and Johnny Bryant for Donovan Mitchell. Has that strategy worked yet? No. Do we look ridiculous doing it? Yes. The second thing the Rick Brunson hiring proves is Tom Thibodeau is the boss. That's what it proves. It proves that Tom Thibodeau could outlast this front office. And I know that sounds ass backwards. I know it does. But consider this if you're James Dolan, right? If you are James Dolan, look at this. Your Rangers are making noise in another sports arena. I mean, same arena, but in another sport, whatever, you get it. Y'all get it. The Rangers are making noise and New York is going crazy over the Rangers, right? They built and tore down and rebuilt and tore down and rebuilt by changing the front office, right? This front office, and hear me out on this, y'all. Hear me out on this. In their first year, the front office and Tom Thibodeau, in their first season together, Tibbs not only got the Knicks to the playoffs, but he made Julius Randle. Remember, y'all used to call him Dubious Handle. Y'all used to call him, I like Randall, right? But y'all used to call him Dubious Handle, right? Tom Thibodeau got Dubious Handle not only to the All-Star game, but got him MVP votes. Julius Randle finished 8th in the MVP. That means for that season, according to the people that vote, Julius Randle in that season was a top 8 player. And I know you're going to say, no, that don't mean that. Oh, what else would it mean? Right? Here's the other thing. Yeah, that means he was a top 8 player, and he fell somewhere on second team All NBA. Right? But here's the thing. After that, when the front office got their opportunity to fix the team, they destroyed it. When the front office got the opportunity, when the front office got a full off season to fix the team, the alleged movable contracts, remember them? These contracts are movable. You can put them in trades. These contracts are 400-pound necklaces. You can't do nothing with them. The Nerlens Noel contract is a 400-pound necklace. Alec Burks is a 100-pound necklace. Evan Fournier is a 200-pound necklace. What can you do with them? Nothing. You can't walk around with them. You can't do anything with them. But the front office, the Derrick Rose contract, 400-pound necklace. You can't do nothing with it, even though we all love Derrick Rose. But you can't trade him. Drip Mars in the building. What's good? Terrell, what's good? White Falcon in the building. Harlem Girl, what's good? Pudge, nice. What's good, y'all? I just got this thing I want to get off my chest because I hadn't seen y'all in a couple days, and I miss y'all, man. And don't think I'm soft or nothing like that. I just, look, man, I ain't seen y'all in a couple days. I kind of missed y'all. I just wanted to jump on before vibes and stuff. We're going to do vibes and stuff later on, and then we're going to come right back to the KMD, the real KMD. Right now, I'm just here for 60 minutes. I'm going to speed through a lot of stuff. I want to get a lot of stuff off my chest real quick, and then after vibes and stuff is over, I'm going to come right back. Right? But here's the thing. Let me move this thing out of the way because I got something hiding in the chat. Right? G. Robinson was good. So here's the thing. When the front office got a full off season to do something, they destroyed the Knicks cap space with immovable contracts that initially they were touting as attractive contracts that could help if they wanted to do a trade. How does that look now? How does Nerlens Noel's contract look now? How does that look? How does Derrick Rose's contract look right now? How does Evan Fournier's contract look right now? How does Alec Burks' contract look right now? When all you could, and all that team, all the front office had to do was run it back with the guys that were already here, right? Bring them back on reasonable deals. No super long, no long deals. Run it back, right? And take on a terrible contract. One terrible contract that would have came with first-round picks. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. You could have taken on just a random, you could have took on Al Horford's contract. And Boston would have gave us draft picks for it. And y'all see what Al Horford did last night. Thank you, Leon Rose, for destroying the franchise. Right? And so here's another point. Hey, Miss Geraldine is in the building. What's good? Hey, good to see you. Miss Geraldine, I was just telling everybody how I'm doing a power hour because I miss y'all. And don't be calling me no softy. Don't get on Twitter and be like, man, Uncle Freezie just a teddy bear. Nah, man, I miss y'all, man. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do miss y'all when I don't have the ability to get on and rock with y'all, right? I do, but don't be getting on Instagram talking about, man, Uncle Freezie just a great big teddy bear, man. All he want to do is sit around with people. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that, y'all. Don't do that, y'all. It's love out here, but yeah, You know, people take stuff the wrong way sometimes. But I mean, not me, but you know what I mean. But here's the thing: the Knicks hired Tim Hardaway in January. Benny. Every time I start talking about Leon Rose, Benny get mad. I wonder why. But anyway, the Knicks hired Tim Hardaway in January and didn't even announce it. And my man supposedly is going in the Hall of Fame in September. They didn't even announce it. What in the name of Sam and Dave is going on out here? You hire a future Hall of Famer and you don't even announce it? This front office, I'm telling y'all, is about to break some hearts. Right? And the reason why I think they hired Tim Hardaway is not even because he's a good basketball man or a good scout. Because before we hired him, you didn't hear nothing about Tim Hardaway's reputation as being a good basketball man. We don't know Tim Hardaway is a good basketball man. If he is, what I'm saying, we hadn't heard it. If he is, we hadn't heard it. But I think they hired Tim Hardaway because the Knicks have a terrible reputation around the league, and they are trying to do their damnedest to fix it. Right? I think the Knicks are trying to do their ultimate best to put lipstick on a pig. I think that's what they're doing. Right? And here's another thing, just real quick. I got 2 more points that I want to get to, just real quick, and then I'm gonna start reading y'all comments. But I gotta get this stuff out here first, so y'all can understand where I'm coming from. Here's the point, the one that really disturbs me, y'all. The Knicks front office, they know they can't trade for a superstar, not even a star. The movable contracts they acquired last season turned out to be albatrosses. I know I said that already, but I had this stuff written down. Look for the front office to consolidate young players like Grimes and Obi, or Grimes and Quickly, and draft picks to do a draft day deal to get a potential star from the draft. Look for the Knicks to do a Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly, 2023 Dallas Mavericks pick, and a bunch of second-round picks to get into this draft to go after Jaden Ivey. I'm almost certain that's the move. Because when you're desperate, nothing is off limits. When you're desperate, nothing is off limits. And it would be a shame if they broke up IQ and Obi Toppin. If they break up Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin, it'd be a crime. But when you're desperate times call for desperate measures. Right? But look for them to consolidate. Look for them to consolidate these young players. They're not gonna rock with all these young players, y'all. And the crime is that they shouldn't have to do it, but they have immovable contracts that they signed last season. The contracts that they thought were going to be attractive stink. And now the only attractive pieces they have are futures. That's what I'm going to start calling them from now on, futures. Futures are draft picks and young players. That's all they have. Nobody's going to take on Randall's contract. Nobody's going to take on Nerlens Noel's contract. Nobody's going to take on Taj Gibson's contract. Nobody's going to take on Derrick Rose's contract. Nobody's going to take on Evan Fournier's contract. Nobody's going to take on Alec Burks' contract. And guess what? No one is going to take on Kemba Walker's contract. No one. Not individually. They won't, because it doesn't make sense. Because teams don't have cap space this summer. They're saving it for 2023. So why take on a bad contract this year? Right? And here is the icing on the cake. Here is the icing on the cake. Here is the straw that broke the camel back. The Boston Celtics are in the NBA Finals. They have a brand new front office. Brand new front office. And guess what else they have? They have an innovative young head coach. And if the Boston Celtics make the change from one year to the next, win an NBA title, everybody in that front office should be fired. Everybody in the Knicks front office should be fired. So if you're Leon Rose, you are rooting for Golden State as hard as you can. Because what you don't want to do is have someone in your division change the front office, go get a young head coach, and win an NBA title. Because the Knicks were in the same boat. Two young players can't figure it out, all this stuff. And then they change the front office and they bring in a old as hell coach. And listen, I know y'all love Tom Thibodeau. I know y'all love Tibbs. If you love Tibbs, love Tibbs, put a thumbs up in the chat. If you love Tom Thibodeau, put a thumbs up in the chat, right? But here is the thing. If Boston can make those changes and compete for a championship in 1 year, then everybody in the Knicks front office has to go. If Boston y'all remember last year, we were better than, well, not last year, I guess it's 2 seasons ago now. But 2 seasons ago, we were better than Boston. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the Boston Massacre? Remember we blew out Boston on that Sunday by like 30? I don't know what we do from here. All right, so I'm gonna start reading the comments real quick, and I'm gonna do this for a little while, right? So Eric Scott says we can't keep changing our front office and coach because one bad season. The key to building a championship is consistency. Okay, I got you. Paris Duggar, what's up, old man? Freezie, Boston ran back to their original crew. They waste 3 years on making BS. Hey man. We can make all the excuses we want. The fact is, 2 seasons ago, we were better than Boston. This season, we beat Boston in the first game of the season. Nick G is in the building. Shout out to Nick G. Nick G says, shout out to my brother. Salute. What's up, Bubba? We're going to make excuses for this front office until the cows come home. But the fact of the matter is Boston made wholesale changes in 1 year, made the NBA Finals. No matter how y'all spin it or how we spin it, Boston made wholesale changes and are in the NBA Finals. No matter how we spin it, we made wholesale changes and are in the lottery. Black University is in the building. What's good? Knicks for Life says Boston has a superstar as well as an all-star plus a glue guy and a savvy vet. Sound like excuses to me, man. Sound like it sound like we run into the defense of the front office. Like Boston has a superstar and an all-star and a glue guy and a savvy vet. What about the Knicks? What do the Knicks have? Is that Boston's problem that the Knicks don't have that stuff? That's not a Boston problem. That's a New York Knicks problem that they don't have that stuff. And who acquires superstars? The front office. Who acquires all-stars? The front office. Who acquires a glue guy? The front office. Who acquires savvy vets? The front office. White Falcon says, we have no superstar. Oh, really? Who acquires superstars? The front office. Knicks for Life says, those things add up to a championship team. Yes, I don't disagree. I'm with you. Nick G says, Boston have 3 great defenders and 2 top 25 offensive players. Yeah, right. Okay. Right. Okay, whatever. Who acquired them? The front office. The front office acquired them. White Falcon says the front office. Right, the front office. How many superstars has the Knicks front office acquired? Philip Cassis Novus says we need to develop the guys we have and keep drafting. Free agency is not the answer. Let's not pretend the Knicks didn't have problems getting free agents before this front office. Right. You're exactly right. Right? But Dolan hired these guys to be the answer to what PC just said. PC said, we need to develop the guys we have and keep drafting. Free agency is not the answer. Let's not pretend the Knicks didn't have problems getting free agents before this front office. And PC, listen, that's why this front office was hired. Because the Knicks had problems getting big-time free agents. And in 2 years, what big-time free agent did they sign? I'm going to say his name, and y'all going to make me laugh. Hey, these dudes that were known for rubbing elbows with everybody, they bring in a dude from entertainment named Worldwide West. And the best free agent they signed was a dude named Evan Fournier. Yeah, y'all. Lou Hedges is in the building. What's up, Lou? Other front office and BS and uncapable. Wait a minute, you gotta say that again. Send that again, because I couldn't. I send that again. G. Robinson said the front office failed once they signed Tibbs, who wants to win now. He's delusional, thinking it was so easy to just sign superstars. Yep. Mr. Vince is in the building. My big brother is in the building. What's good? What's good, Mr. Vince? I'm glad you're doing better, bro. Hey, Mr. Vince, hey, and check this out. We are going to do 2 of them. So we're going to do this power hour, right, from 8 to 9. And then I'm going to step off and do vibes and stuff for like an hour and a half. And then I'm going to come right back here. And we're going to jump right back on it. Oh, Bodega clutch. Bodega says, don't forget Steve Stout's acquisition of Kemba. Oh my goodness. Knicks for Life says this isn't a quality argument. What? These are facts. Boston has a new guy in charge in their front office and a new head coach, and they are in the NBA Finals. Which one of those 3 are not true? Right? And then Leon Rose was an agent that took over as a head man for the Knicks. Is that not true? And he hired Tom Thibodeau. Is that not true? All those things are true. Those 3 things I said about Boston are true. And the things that I said about the Knicks are true. We weren't better than Boston when they had Al Horford, Daniel Tice, Isaiah Thomas, Terry Rozier. Then they got rid of the star chasing Kyrie, Gordon Hayward and Kemba. Yeah. Oh, okay, I got you, Lou. I got you, Lou. Our front office is BS and incapable. Yeah, my personal opinion is our front office is being led by Mr. Magoo. I've been saying that since day one. Our front up. Let me put. Hey man, I'm gonna throw the link in the chat just real quick. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat real quick, but I gotta get out of here at like 8:59 sharp so we can do vibes and stuff. Man, y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Support your mans. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Help this channel grow, man. This channel deserves some love, man. This channel, hey, Blorange deserves some love, man. I'll do the link out there. PC says all the guys they signed last year are on 1-year deals. They could be moved minus 28. Well, not really on 1-year deals, but I get what you're saying. So they're on 2+1 deals with 1 year gone. So in theory, they're on expiring contracts. So I get what you're saying, right? But they're on expiring contracts in the summer, or in the summer right now, where they need the money now, not next year. Their contracts expire in 2023, when everybody has money, right? That's one of the crazy parts. G. Robinson says, "No, Mike, you can't leave. We are here." Don P is in the building. What's good?
Yo, it's good. How's it going, man? Hey, Joe, just speaking to the topic you was talking about, as far as the front office and the decisions they're making, man. I came to the conclusion that I don't know, just the way we've been handling business for the past decade, trying to build off of relationships and connections. I just don't think that's the way to go. at this point. It hasn't worked with Phil Jackson. That's the only reason why we brought him over here. And it's certainly not going to work with Leon Rose.
Hey, bro. Hey, first, hey, did you say good morning to the chat?
Oh, you know what? Good morning to the chat, yo. I gotta work on my chat ethics. You feel me? Not bad, Uncle Freezie.
Yeah, no, hey, man. Hey, the chat always show you love, man. So we want to make sure that we just, you know how it is.
Yeah, of course.
But
No
secondly, I'm starting to think Leon Rose worked for Brooklyn. I think he a double agent, bro. I'm legit starting to think this dude is a double agent, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, look who it is.
Salute,
What's up, boss?
salute.
How you doing this morning, man?
I'm good.
Hey, everybody. It's the host of Vibes and Stuff Live in the mornings, Chuck Allen.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go check out Vibes and Stuff Live this morning, right? Hey, Chuck, I'm starting to think, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm either thinking that Leon Rose is Mr. Magoo or he's a double agent.
So I didn't get the first part of two. Like, so what would make you think that? I ain't get to why you came to that conclusion.
Okay. So here's the thing. In the deepest draft that we had seen in about 10 years, the Knicks trade back 3 times. Right?
Got you.
You know how like say if there's a commodity out there, right? Cats don't be like, yo, I'll wait. Cats be like, yo, I gotta get it. I gotta get in where the getting's good. You know what I'm saying?
Get in where you can fit in, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like say we had a buffet or something. Like they got crab legs and lobster tails and whatever. And my man come out, we ain't gonna like, nah, man, I'm gonna wait on the fish. I'm gonna wait on the fish and cornbread. What? That don't make sense. The Knicks traded back 3 times. Why? Everybody is grabbing talent and stashing it on a bench. The Knicks is trading back. Acquiring future assets. Right? You acquiring future assets for what? This is the draft that you needed to be in. Right? And then on top of that, names out there that we liked, right? Kelly Oubre's. What's the white center that looked like Shaggy Doo? The one that always hurt people. Yeah, him. He was available. Nah, we'll pass. We'll pass. We'll go sign Nerlens Noel.
Yeah, that was suspect right there.
Point guards is floating around. They're like, nah, we good. You know what I'm saying? We straight. You know, we ain't gonna sign no quality backup point guards, man. And we good. And then they trade. Then they signed Kemba. What?
Yeah, man, that right there was strike 1, 2, and 3 for me. To be honest with you, man, when they signed Nerlens Noel, I think that was kind of disrespectful to Mitchell Robinson.
To Mitch, yeah,
that was definitely disrespectful. So when people sit there and say, "Well, I just would rather re-sign Mitchell Robinson," y'all gotta understand, Mitch has to want us. It's not gonna be around, and there's few teams out there that's starving for a center that can acquire Mitch. They could pluck him away from us. So right. I just want people to keep that in mind that Mitch has to want us. Right. You know what I mean? Just as much as we want Mitch.
Right. And then I heard like this guy named Uncle Fulio on the Uncle Fulio show co-signing for the front office. Like he they cheerleader. A dude named Uncle Fulio. Uncle Fulio was like, nah, Leon Rose ain't never did nothing wrong. What? Yeah, usually I don't call people out by name, but
I think
Here's
Uncle
something that
Fulio playing the hill. You feel me? You know how wrestling bad guys. That's Uncle Fulio. He likes to play the hill. He likes to be hated. He thrives on it.
this dude named Uncle Fulio is like he bring a guy on. The guy his guest was really smart. The guest was super smart, man. And it was a great show. And I watched the joint during my lunch break, right? But Uncle Fulio is like, nah, but Tom Thibodeau never did nothing wrong. He should have won Coach of the Year last year.
Yeah. Uncle Fulio, he just be saying stuff to get under people's skin, yo. He know how we feel about certain things. He just gonna go the opposite way, yo. That's Uncle Fulio in a nutshell.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
he's a funny dude.
there's something I need to address. I agree that the front office has dropped the ball.
Okay.
But when you use the Boston, changing their front office in 1 year and being in the finals, there's a lot of nuance and caveat to that, other than just changing their front office. Because all they did was really fire Danny Ainge. Brad Stevens went upstairs, and a coach that was already on their staff moved up into that position. They didn't have to go out and try to acquire talent. They already had it. It just wasn't being utilized correctly. And they found the right guy to get the most out of the roster that they have. So
but
we're not in that situation.
Who was they though? Who was they? The Boston Brain Trust found the right coach, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Oh.
Brad, you're coming upstairs. Who's going to be the new head coach? We got him already. He's on the bench.
You said we haven't been in that position as the Boston Celtics, or we're not in that position? I want to just be clear.
We're not in Boston's situation at all. Uncle Freezie was suggesting, well, how come the Knicks can't do what Boston did? Boston changed their front office in 1 year. They're in the finals.
Right.
Not the same, man. They didn't go out looking for. They didn't go out looking for a coach. They didn't go out looking for front office guys. They were there. Right. They got rid of the guy that they should have gotten rid of, Danny Ainge. Absolutely.
Okay. So Danny Ainge's resignation was actually him being forced out.
Should have been a long time ago.
Okay. And Brad Stevens moving into the front office being the head guy is basically Brad Stevens is not a good NBA basketball coach. Let's move into the front office.
Yep.
And a young guy who with no head coaching experience takes over the Celtics, and them getting to the finals is just that guy being brilliant.
And being on the bench all those years, and being Brad Stevens' shadow, and being able to implement some of him into the DNA of that team as well, man. Like, that guy's not some guy that was sitting home for the last 4 years talking about he changed. He's learned the new NBA game. No, this guy has actually been coaching. He's not new to these guys. He doesn't have to figure anybody out. There's no complete roster turnover.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I want to say salute.
What's up, Sub?
Salute. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, chat. Good morning. Jay Bud. Who else we got there?
Hey, great show last night, man. Great show last night. All 2 hours.
Yeah, y'all threw me off this morning. I was expecting vibes and stuff, and I was like, "What the? All of a sudden, what's going on over here?"
Hey,
What he
man,
been doing, but we got to rock with him. That's what he been doing.
we
Now he
gotta
talking about
lean
a
with
power
it
hour.
and rock with it. You
Yep,
gotta
yep.
lean with it and rock with it. I mean, that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Even though I hate to leave, girl, but I cried. Y'all need to stop playing with them. What y'all were doing yesterday.
that's what yesterday.
Leave that alone, man.
Yesterday, hey man, Chuck asked a great question. He texted it to me prior to the show, and I was like, "Oh boy, we're gonna get in trouble for this, Chuck." But let's go with it.
Yeah. You can have a piece of my love is waiting. Come on, man. Stop playing, man.
Yeah, and them are Black Street, bro. Black Street got to kick rocks, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I found what 50 said. I found Backstreet in the back street behind a black car.
but Chuck, what I was getting at though with the comparison, right, is not that it's easy, but it adds pressure, right?
Okay.
Not that it's easy, but it adds pressure because it's the same situation. And so I know you think that it's not the same situation, right? But Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown did not jive under Brad Stevens, right? It took some conjiggering under a new head coach for them to click. And to be honest with you, at the beginning of this season, it wasn't even jiving. Around Christmas, I was at Myrtle Beach. They were talking about how Boston, going into the Christmas break, is going to scrap all this new stuff and just get out and be like, yo, we just going to play defense and whoever scores, score. Right? We ain't going to do no more of this fancy offense stuff. We just going to play defense and smother teams, and then whoever scored the ball, score the ball. And when they did that, they got hot as fish grease. It was the hottest team from January 1st, or one of the hottest from January 1st till present.
Yeah, but they had all the pieces already, though. Isn't it kind of similar to what happened when Lou took over the coaching for the Cavs? You know, they already had all their players set there. They just had a new coach, and then they just ended up winning at that moment.
Yeah, they also had a LeBron, and having a LeBron also helps, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't really add any new pieces except like a Derek White during the trade deadline. They already had everybody there. They just needed to kind of just figure it out at that point. So
my point to it is no matter how we which direction we turn it in, like the Rubik's Cube, no matter which direction we turn it in, bro, all things point to the front office. Because if you say we don't have a superstar, well, who goes out and gets superstars? And if you say our coach wasn't the right coach, well, who hires the head coaches?
Most definitely, it starts from the top. It starts from the top, and then it works its way down. Everybody gets a little bit of blame.
Right.
But that's good morning to everybody, man. Everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody. Salutes. Hope everybody in the greatest health, you know what I'm saying, of life. But that's what happens when you have a team playing their positions. And when they play their positions, they do their jobs and don't worry about another position that somebody else is doing. They are all committed together on one thing. And once Brad went up there in that office and dude took that bench, he went in there and told him, y'all ain't going to win nothing until y'all play defense unless y'all lock in. And ever since then, they locked in. If you listen to Al Horford at the end of the Eastern Conference Finals, when Lisa was interviewing, she asked him, yo, when did you know and find out that y'all really clicked? And Al told him, when we realized our defense identity, it was on from there.
It was on from there.
And I say that because we had the same defensive identity, but we went away from that. Why? Go against what was working for us, our strength. You know, if you can't score, you better be able to stop somebody. point blank. Did you see? I'm gonna use the format what I used to call us 2 years ago. That python. They put that python around them dudes in that fourth quarter and smothered them.
Yep,
Nothing else was coming out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I tip my hat off to them guys. You know what I'm saying? They becoming great defensive players from 1 through 5 when they're on the court when they need to, and everybody's happy. Everybody's playing for one another. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is going all out. They see their destination, they dream, and they swinging for it. Yes, I think that series is over with, man. I do believe it's over with. You know, I'm gonna have to be like Freezie and wear a green Boston Celtics shirt up under my gear and on the low. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just jabbing. But yeah, man. That's what we gotta do, man. We gotta find identity, believe in it, keep it, and keep building upon it, and let those results come after that. Instead of doing all this, what we do, man, we Ringling Belly, bottom of belly circus, man.
Yep.
We're circus act, man.
Right now, that's us. That's us.
Bottom and belly.
That's us, bro. All we need, we already got all we need is the tent, bro. That's all we need. That's all we need is the tent. Everything we got, everything else.
Yeah, well, good thing in this draft though, there's a lot of defensive players in this draft, so they have to hit. I mean, they don't have to; they can miss though, but we need them to hit on this draft coming up soon. You know, with all these defensive specialists, because we can bring that identity back. You know, get the switching on them, because you see that Boston both has a rim runner and a stretch 4, stretch 5 that can switch. All those guys are switchable. They got the length out there. You know, 2 dynamic wings and a defensive stopper from the point of attack in Marcus Smart. So we have to figure that out.
Yeah, man. Hey, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. I personally think the Knicks front office is so desperate right now that I think they're gonna do something major at the draft. And I think it starts with consolidating some of these kids and moving up in the draft in order to go get a star, because they don't have the assets. Like Evan Fournier and Nerlens Noel is not going to get you a superstar, right? But what you could do is offer a team a bunch of young kids and a bunch of draft picks, like say Detroit at 5, right? Or Sacramento at 4. You can offer Sacramento IQ, Obi, and a bunch of second-round picks, or IQ, Obi, and Dallas's pick next year to move up to 4 to get Jaden Ivey, right? Now, and I know people are, that don't make sense. Why would you do that for one player? Because that one player is one hell of a player. I like Obi, bro. I like Obi. I was down on Obi for a long time because I just needed him to get in his bag, and he finally did, right? And I would hate to see a trade like that happen. But it wouldn't surprise me to see a team that won 37 games, a team that won 37 games. It wouldn't surprise me to see them trying to make a major move like that in order to get some excitement back in the Garden. And with me, I'm like, if you want excitement back in the Garden, why don't you just keep Obi? But it wouldn't surprise me to see them trade into that spot and keep the 11 pick and get Mark Williams and just leave the draft with just 2 rookies, one named Jaden Ivey and one named Mark Williams, and have them play along with RJ, Cam, and whatever other young players are there. It wouldn't surprise me to see it, because they're not going to get Donovan Mitchell. They're not going to get Bradley Beal. They're not going to get Zach LaVine. Okay? They're not going to get these players because the Knicks don't have enough to offer. Any deal for any player that doesn't include RJ Barrett is not enough. So even if you do go get Donovan Mitchell and you trade RJ, Knicks fans are still heartbroken.
3
You know
questions,
what I'm saying?
Uncle Freezie. Would you do that? Would you move up to get Ivy?
Would I do it?
Yeah, if you was calling the shots.
All right. So for one, I'm not as desperate as that front office, and I'm going to answer your question, right? I'm not as desperate as that front office, as the Knicks front office is, but I can be convinced into, like, if the deal was done, I'd probably be mad for a few minutes. I'll probably go get me a Bud Light out of the fridge and sit down on the chair. But after a few hours of, because we're gonna be in Atlantic City. J Book, you going to Atlantic City for something?
I don't know yet.
I'll be there, bro. I'll be there, right? But so when it happens, I'll be around a bunch of Knicks fans that I love, right? And so I can have them console me and talk me into it. If I was pulling the strings, would I do it? It depends on if I could move Fournier's in those veteran contracts. If I can't, then I definitely consider it. If I can move those contracts so that Obi can get playing time, so that Cam Reddish can get playing time, so that RJ can get playing time, so IQ can get playing time, so Miles McBride can get playing time, so Jericho Sims can get playing times, no, I wouldn't do it. I just pick at 11 and just go with it. Because I feel like the young guys are better than what we've seen. And at the same time, we have to be patient with their development and growth. But at the same time, we've painted ourselves into a corner by getting these bad contracts that we can't move. And so we're in a situation where we got to keep Fournier, we got to keep Burks, we got to keep Noel, we got to keep Taj, we got to keep Derrick Rose, we got to keep Kemba because nobody wants them.
Into the deadline.
Yeah, well, we hope
Right.
that somebody would want them at the deadline.
I would feel if Rose is healthy by the deadline, someone's gonna want him.
But I understand where you're coming from, but we're dependent on Derrick Rose to be healthy.
If you manage his minutes, he could be.
Yeah. And so I feel you, man. I just hate. I know we got to consolidate kids. I know we got to do it because we're gonna after this draft we're gonna have 11 kids 24 years old or younger, and Tibbs ain't gonna play all 11. So you got to consolidate them. But I want to consolidate them my way. I don't want other teams to force me to consolidate them. You understand me? Like I don't want them to be like, well, if you ain't giving me Obi, we ain't got no deal. And then I gotta trade a player that I believe in order to take the next step. I don't want to be in that position, bro. I would rather if I gotta send off Obi and RJ and IQ, I would rather for it to be a guy that we know is a bona fide killer, a dude that knows what to do with the Spalding, bro. And if I gotta trade Obi, if I gotta trade RJ, if I gotta trade them young, it's got to be like a Anthony Davis, in my opinion, right? And I know that, and I know that sounds like reaching for the stars, but so what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love the Knicks, bro. It's just is what it is. I love the Knicks, and I love these young kids, and I love what our premise is. Even if we can't, you know how you have a plan, but you can't execute it. I love the plan, even though we're executing terribly.
Yeah, well, we're going to learn from the summer when Mitch walks and he goes to a different team and all he has to do is rim run and he's going to be shouting out there. We don't want to do the same thing, setting out these players prematurely like an Obi, and then they go and shine somewhere else too. So I'm okay with being patient for the time being, like I mentioned, till next year. But just get ready to suffer for throughout a whole another year, at least.
Well, it'd be crazy if he go and get in that black and white jersey, and I ain't talking about the Spurs.
Oh no,
yeah. They on a hunt for big.
That thing would hurt my heart, bro.
Yo, they on a hunt.
That would hurt my heart, man. especially if they give him bread. If they pay him and then he go play with Kyrie and turn into like a Jared Allen because he got a point guard.
Yeah, that's on the front office completely. That's to your point right there, Freezie. They could have been paid Mitch.
Yeah.
They could have been got him for the low. Nah, that's on the front office. That's what I'm trying to tell Knicks fans now. Like, you can't expect to just get Mitchell Robinson where you got other teams, trying to covet for him.
Right.
I don't know. We got competition in that.
And we shouldn't have competition, bro, but we do.
So let me ask y'all this: who's worth trading up for in this draft? Who's worth it?
I think all the top four are worth it. Chet, Smith, Banchero, and Ivy. I think they're worth it, right? The thing that concerns me though is I don't know if the consolidation, like the asking price, it's gonna hurt our hearts, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, listen, who on this panel does not like Obi? Who on this panel does not like Quickly, man? You know what I'm saying? So in order for us to move up, we're gonna have to either part with one or both of them to go up and get the star. Now that potential star might lead us to the promised land, but what we paid to get there.
Yeah, but we're not the only hungry teams out there. There's a lot of teams that are starving out there in the top, just the Orlandos that everybody needs talent. Just think about it a couple of years ago when Golden State had the number 2 pick. We were talking about scenarios too, trying to move up and get the second pick. They ended up just staying there and picking Wiseman.
Yeah,
which was the wrong move, but I mean they had all the weapons that they needed. They didn't move. Was
it the wrong move?
You ain't seen them in what, 2 years?
Where's Charlotte at though?
Charlotte got their starting point guard, franchise point guard for years to come. I mean, Curry can't be there too much longer. He doesn't really run the point anyways. He's off ball. So I mean, they would have looked nice side by side.
Yeah.
So here's my question, because you guys do we like Obi? I honestly think that, and y'all could kill me if y'all want to, I don't think getting Ivy will be that much more impactful than Obi Toppin offensively. Ivy is not coming out the draft as a two-way wing. He's not coming out the draft as a two-way wing. Yes, he's athletic, but he's only 6'4", and his weakest skill set is passing or playmaking. So where we gonna plug him up at? The 2? The 3? You can't put him up in 1.
Yeah. Donovan, they said the same thing about Donovan Mitchell, bro. Somebody sent me a thing. Somebody sent me a thing that I thought was a Jaden Ivey player comparison or a player evaluation. And then when I scroll down, the name on the thing was Donovan Mitchell. Undersized his position, super athletic, very vertical, streaky shooter, not a conventional point guard. Defenses is now you see me, now you don't. All those things. I thought it was Jaden Ivey. It was Donovan Mitchell. And if you could tell somebody, yeah, I would trade Obi and IQ for Donovan Mitchell, you gotta take it. You gotta
plug Donovan Mitchell at. He's not a facilitator as well. Where will we plug him at?
In the backcourt.
At the 2?
Yeah, you got to.
At 6'3", who's he gonna defend?
Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah.
He can't defend. That's the problem.
I tell you what, if you told the Utah Jazz they could have everybody on this roster for Donovan Mitchell, they still wouldn't take the deal. You can have all 15 of my players and the two-ways for Spider Mitchell. They still wouldn't take that deal. Nothing the Knicks have as a player equals Donovan Mitchell, bro. And I understand where you coming from, but
yeah, he's like those type of players. I put Malik Monk in that same category as undersized twos who has a scorer's mentality. You could plug them up in the 1 spot, but they're not real facilitators. So like if you do put them at the 2, who they gonna defend? If you put them at the 1, who they gonna facilitate to if the only open person on the court is themselves? That's where I'm coming from with it.
I feel you. But y'all, I got to get out of here. We got to rock and roll. I'm
what's up, Uncle Freezie?
Hey, what's up,
good,
boss?
y'all? Where my intro at when I come through?
Hey, CWC, this is the Power Hour. We get ready to get out of here and do vibes and stuff. But we're going to do the KMD in about an hour and a half.
All right.
You going to be free in an hour and a half?
Yeah, I'll be free.
Yeah, hey, come back through an hour and a half. Hey, everybody, I'm going to get out of here real quick. Just want to do a Power Hour, man. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. We about to go over and do vibes and stuff. Let me get. I'm gonna get the link for vibes. Let me see if I can get a link for vibes.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. So I gotta get the link just real quick for vibes and stuff live. Bim, there it is. We're gonna get out of here and do that for about an hour and a half, and then we're gonna be right back over here. I owed it. We gotta keep the joint going. You know what I'm saying?
Uncle Freezie, what time you gonna get back on here? What time you gonna get back on here?
Probably about 10:30.
Okay, I'll be back.
About 10:30, 10:45. We'll be right back here.
Yeah, I got a lot to say too.
Good. We got a lot of time too, man. So when you come back, just take your time.
All right,
bro. We'll see y'all.
What's up, chat?
All right, later, y'all.
All right, peace.